Hello. Good evening. For once, I'm not exhausted when I start, which is fantastic. Um, I've been playing with my setup a little bit and getting everything hooked up. I'm just a couple cables away from being able to basically have the Switch, the GameCube, the Xbox, everything all hooked up. So I've been playing with the cameras, and I had to take a couple extra minutes to make sure everything was still set up right and still good. But it looks like everything's working, so cool. All right. Let me get. I haven't quite set up painting yet, but I've got. I mean, everything's right here. So we got one tiny little old Bilbo. So I'm gonna paint it tonight. I don't think it's gonna be too long, because I'm not gonna do his base. I want to see if I can get texture roller and a little modo or something, and give him a like a wooden floor base, little nice little bag end base. Paint dipper. That real slow, because if this one gets any leak, it's gonna dump all over the desk. So get something to stick under it. What about this camera mount? This will work temporarily. It's a little too high. Too low. That's probably good enough. All right. Clean paper. All right. So 23 years ago, whenever the game started, I don't remember how I got them. Came in the mail somehow. I don't remember if it was just a mail-in thing or if you can sign up and they'd send it to you. I don't remember. But you can get little tiny Bilbo, and it's the same old Bilbo that they still sell now, and I've actually got another unpainted one too. But at the time, I think it was the only way you could get one was for like a limited time mail-in. So I was real excited that I finally had them. And then at some point, I lost them. No idea. Probably dropped him in my friend's house, and he's moved out of the house, so it's probably been like swept into a corner and lost in the foundation of that huge house my friend used to live in. But anyways, now I've got a new Bilbo, who is also not very new. I've had this one for like probably 10 years. I just never painted him. Kind of surprised that Games Workshop only ever made old Bilbo. For Lord of the Rings, just the one pose. I mean, he doesn't do much, but even there's a couple kind of jokey poses, like the Gimli sitting on the dead Uruk-hai. So I just don't have like a Bilbo. That would have been a fun one. Oh, did my camera lose tracking? Oh, I know what happened. I just put my desktop camera in front of my face tracking camera. There we go. All better. But let's see. He's got blackish pants, so I'm probably just gonna stick with the simple Corvus Ashen combo. Abaddon, where's the Corpse Black? A red vest. Oops. Excuse me. So we'll do this gray here. Let's see. Probably a little Grace here. And maybe Dawnstone. There's hair. There's a nice grayscale. Oh, you're harvesting the sheep? Slaughtering the sheeps?
Not slaughtering. Very different, because I need more blood.
Oh my god, I thought you were gonna use me as a sex slave. Heavens no. I'm gonna harvest your organs. Alright, let's see. He's got a brown jacket, but it's dark reddish jacket. So let's do Doom Bowl. I'll wash it and highlight my Doom Bowl so it stays dark. A little bit of green. His pants are kind of dark green. His pants might actually be a dark green. Oops. Whoops. My pants are stuck. Close, damn it. A little gold brass for his buttons, and I'll use Auric armor because it's kind of a brighter gold. I have to move my cocktails. My cocktails are in the way of my paint. My alcohol. Yeah, it's kind of bright. So let's do. Gosh, it's almost. Corn and evil sons, evil scuns. He's got the Red Book of Westmarch in his hands. It's got a little more green on him. Flesh colors. Let's see. Kislev. Oops. Flayed one, and I'll probably do a wash on it. Don't mind me. Just punch in the microphone. And then it's got like an ascot, which has just got a slight hint of blue to it. So let's go with Cabalite and Sybarite green. And then for the trim on his jacket, it's dark green. Well, let's go with, I'll do Nocturne green on his pants. With a black wash. And his collar is kind of more Vulcan green. And I'll wash and highlight just with Vulcan again. So let's get out just small brushes, because he is a very small guy. I'm just going to put my two brush covers up here in some Teflon tape. I'm very thirsty. The brush is wet. All right. So I guess I probably want to start with his feet, because he's a little dude and it's going to be hard to get around his feet. I'll have to pick out a brown for his foot hair.
Oops.
Kill a bunch of sheep, hun.
You smack the sheep with the shears instead of shearing the sheep.
Smack. Well, that is too thin. That is way too thin. Oops, that was like gross milk.
You know, punch me if you need me.
I was gonna say, give you a smack if I gotta get a hold of you.
I just cannot focus on two things at once. As soon as I hear sounds, I need to hear them.
I know, I get it. You want me to shut up?
No, no.
Like my stupid husband just keeps talking and talking. Here I am trying to listen to these Minecraft sheep. I need to hear the lambs screaming. The lambs have not stopped screaming, Clarice. I mean, you gotta take care of those Minecraft sheep.
Oh no, I'm watching that.
Wow, wow. You're just gonna sit there and watch, well, not TV, but you know what I mean. Well, your dear husband sits here.
I mean, it's nothing really interesting.
Oh, wow, wow. You're saying I'm not interesting. Wow, thanks, hon. That'd be fun.
It's all about World War II. I mean, once you go down a route, you gotta finish it. You know what I mean?
Well, honey, you're German, so.
And I need to be educated about all the terrible things my people do. Oh, the sheep looks so sad.
Oh, that's his face.
Excuse me, sheep. Oh no, sorry, Amazon, not Netflix. But the ads are terrible.
Bilbo reminds me of my grandma. Wasn't talking to you. You're watching your Netflix, hon. Jeez.
Amazon.
My grandma was this tiny little Sicilian woman. She was only like 4.5 feet tall. No, that was my great grandma. She was real small. My grandma was like 5 feet tall, maybe. Maybe I am a descendant from hobbits. Seriously, my great grandma was so tiny. Like, I'm pretty sure I remember being like a little kid and taller than her. My hand keeps cramping. What the shit? Alright, let's get around these little feet and toes and up in his ankles and all that. A good base coat on his feet. Or his face, because it seemed to go on the thinnest. And my hand needs is more booze. Cheers. Get his hands. Get the Red Book of Westmarch all covered in skin paint. Whoops. Oh, it's got like pulled up in the ring. I don't want it was working out of the cap. Alright, that ought to cover that. All the base coats on them. That one's closing tight enough. I think it'll probably need to be picked through again soon. Nocturne green. Let me grab my mixing brush. So let me grab just a little bit of water. That's a lot of water. Looks like it absorbed well. Alright, should be good. I'll do his pants with this. Stick that one there. Oops. You hear that a lot as I paint. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Uh-oh, whoops. I just make a lot of mistakes is all. Alright, Hobbit pants. Nice nocturne green. Can't tell how much I even have on my brush. It's so dark. Certainly, it's actually kind of hard to tell how thick of a coat it is on him. And actually, the green screen from a VTube studio is reflecting on him, and it's actually more green than the green paint. So it's kind of hard for me to tell how much I've gotten on him. Just gonna do. Yes, honey, you cleared your throat.
Hmm?
I'm kidding, hon.
What
I love
can
you
I
too,
put
hon.
over here?
You see?
Jesse, if she wants to help, what can we put over here that we may need help with, like
Do
stuff?
you want to have her maybe build a couple shops with different themes so we can have like the different like worker people in there? Like the stonecutter people.
Like landscaping, like
Oh.
taking something out. You know what I mean?
Actually, now that I'm looking and see where you are, I think that area is actually pretty okay.
Oh, okay.
We just invited one of our friends to our Minecraft world.
Oh my god. Chicken population over here.
It's like really, this is a much darker green than I thought. Like looking at it all by itself, it doesn't seem that dark. Even like here on him, next to like the only primed areas that are still black, it's really dark. That's good because his pants almost look black. So. Okay, there is no noticeable color difference to this camera. I'm sure of it, but that's okay. Let's get the small brush and we'll do that little mascot thing he's got. I'm not gonna dilute it. I just need the tiniest little bit for whatever he's wearing around his neck. I forget the name for those ruffles. Those little. Actually, you know what? It's Bilbo. It's probably a scarf, actually. Little hobbit scarf. Got a Lobelia Sackville Baggins somewhere nearby too. Maybe I'll do maybe the next few streams will just be different hobbits. So I've got like a few of the militia, but like 3. So it's not like I'm going to be doing a hobbit army anytime soon. But I did manage to get a bunch of the named ones in a mixed batch. So the paladin, the paladin took was already painted, but his base was only half done. If I can't grab him quite easily enough. His base is only like half done, but I gave him some sunflowers and grass, and he looked much nicer. So let's do a little corn red for the base on his jacket. Actually, I wonder if I have a little... Yeah, ugh. Gross. That looks like a scab. Ew. Yeah, there was still a little on here, but not in any good condition I want to paint with. Just a little dab. I think that's another one I'm going to have to pick clean soon. Alright. I'll use the small brush for that, just because I want to keep some nice control over this little area. Not get too much on the inside of his jacket. Oh, do I do the inside of his jacket brown or green like the trim? Edge. Oops. Right. Bottom edge of his little double-breasted jacket thing. There. Got a little on his outer jacket, but that hasn't been painted yet, so it doesn't matter. All that is his collar. A little bit more ought to be good. Oh no, I was going to use this in the Red Book of West March. Oh well, that's fine. I need a tiny bit of white to do the book pages. Just the teensiest, tiniest little blip. And just the change in the thermodynamics of it was enough to warm the paint up enough to cause it to swell outside of the paint container, which is great. Blip. Blip. Just not getting his fingers. Hooked britches. Hooked brushes come in handy. That's all I need for white for now. I'm gonna put a little dot in here because I'm gonna need to like dot an eyeball. Oh, it's coming out like crazy. I'm gonna need to dot an eyeball at some point, so. Alright. So next, the easiest will be the outer jacket. So we'll do do Doom Bowl for the outer jacket. Doom Bowl's probably one of my most used paints. There's a little on the lip here, so I'm gonna try to swipe that up. That turned out terrible, but whatever. Anything that's kind of reddish wouldn't be like a nice clean red. Be that kind of like worked leather kind of red. Stained leather, stained red wood. So the Doom Bowl brown's really handy for that. I do my Urks that way with Doom Bowl. Alright, let's do his jacket. It's definitely going to be a two-coater. It's going on quite thin. The paint that came out really thick from the bottle, it's going on really thin. He's actually staying. He's not glued in the base yet, so I want to mess with the base still, but he's actually staying put in it pretty well. So let me grab the handle. No paint actually on my brush. Come on. Come on. Mix up a little bit, damn it. Be paint. My Doom Bowl's pretty thick. It's one of the older ones I've had. And that's even like my second pot of it. Sleeves for the first time. First coat on there. Once something has a color on it, it becomes so much easier to see the details versus the black. Flip him over so I can get under his armpit. A little bit. That's tassel on the book that's kind of in the way, but. Alright, time to be real careful and get the inside of his jacket. take him out of here to see under the edge of his jacket.
Is there a way to build an auto composter?
Yes.
Something I'm interested in.
I think you can just get a farmer
Oh, that's
and enslave him.
You mean book them at our luxury hotel?
Yes, that's what I meant. So you know the people farm I have? I mean, the volunteer center?
Yeah.
That works by having the farmer that's in there and the other random person who might also be a farmer, I don't remember. They have to fill up like their food inventory so that they're always full, then they bang. Full villagers are horny villagers. So this color real quick. And if the farmer is left just on his own with his composter, he'll keep putting stuff in there and composting. So I had to like block it off so he won't do it automatically. And that's what makes it function. It makes them keep breeding. But I think if you were to just put like the compost or maybe a hopper under it, every time the compost popped out, I think it would just feed into the hopper. But it isn't like a fast system. It just relies on the farmer just doing his thing. Just plant him like with a bunch of carrots or something. But yeah, if you as long as he has walls to protect him from from raiders, he should be fine. You can put the bucket of water with a slab on it, and put that in the center of a 9x9 space for farming, and then put the wall around it with the composter on top of the water slab. And then put the hopper. I don't know. It might be okay. It might be.
I think figure this one out later. I was just curious if there was a way to do it.
Oh yeah, there should be.
Because I want the bone meal. I have so many copies, but
you don't want to sit there yourself for half an hour. Yeah, I didn't realize the iron farm was going to produce so much poppy.
Which is good if we don't have to.
Hey, it's the trade-off. We got to get rid of all this poppy. I mean, we could just toss it in lava. It'll burn up.
No, because okay, I have probably 2 chests worth of poppies at this point, and I'm only looking at about 3 to 4 stacks of bone meal
That you've used up?
that it's produced in the compost. So like,
it's not great.
Yeah.
That's not a great return on investment.
I do need bone meal, and I won't get that many bones. Well, not enough to replenish all the white dye that I use.
Yep. All right. There's the doom ball on this jacket. This is going much faster than I thought. We're only about 40 minutes in, and 5 of those minutes were set up. So I always underestimate the time. Would be a good. So Kevin flashes for his foot fur. Oh shit. My cap too far back. Little catch went too far. Dun, 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 dun. He's gonna stab me right in the thumb, isn't it? Nope, all good.
Mother's Day presents. What am I gonna buy myself?
Alright, small brush for foot hair. Right. Alright, little Vulcan green, which actually I might be able to just mix up out of this bit right here. Oh, that is gooey. That's too gooey. Too gooey for me.
What the heck?
What'd you find, hon?
That?
Lightning strike, maybe?
Oh yeah.
Something's breaking our Minecraft town's lampposts. That's just a little bit of Vulcan green. I'm going to use that for the trim on his collar. I've been trying to hook up my better camera, but it is hookups are all weird and odd sizes, so I'm having trouble finding something that'll actually hold it up. So it's still a little hard to really get everything. Whoops. The right depth of field. Might be a little better for y'all. The green. Let's do his color and trim. It's probably out of focus. Yeah. Yeah, working with what I can. Work with what I got. Right, it's got this quilted pattern, which I hope will catch the wash nicely. Because I want to be a dark green. I don't want it to just be solid. Let's work around his collar. Get right at the edge of his hair. My light has a magnifying lens on it, but its arm is so short. It's like it's either so close to the light, everything is just completely washed out, and I can't even like see details on my models as I'm working with them. or it's like almost unusable. It's hard to even like. I don't even know how much it would even magnify. Plus, it's like, yeah, its arm is only like a little over a foot long, and it's like 3 feet away from the camera. But if I can get it, if I could get it over here. I have one more brush in between these sizes. Let's use this one. A little bit larger. So my computer doesn't have enough USB plugs to hook everything up. But I've got USB adapters plugged in here and there to just try and fit everything. A little bit of silver showing from where it didn't prime. Let me get that. So there's a little bit here. Break any copyright rules if I just had the Shire theme playing in the background. Got Concerning Hobbits playing. I guess I can set that up. Well, maybe not. I guess I don't have any music on my computer. Oh, this thing doesn't have a CD drive either, so I can't really add any of my soundtracks. This whole thing is just such a big work in progress. Like if I waited till I had everything figured out, I never would have gotten to stream. First few streams, I just used a PNG, used a still image. I don't even remember if I had set up to flip back and forth yet. Sleeves. Jackets. One more sleeve. I guess after the sleeve, it'll be the book in his hair. So there's a delicate part. Edges near thin things. Really thin edges. Let's do that book. Use the same red as his vest thing. Oops. So I'm gonna redo that white. Well, it actually holds my hand pretty steady when I stick the fingers against my thumb. Sometimes I think about getting like a head-mounted camera. Maybe not for this, but definitely for like if I want to do any lab experiments, any garage chemistry. Oops. All right. So these little leather ties. My alchemy notebook doesn't have ties. It's just loose. It's all encoded, so I don't need to lock it. Hey, if somebody can figure out, good for them. Front cover. Something on the front cover, but because it's all black right now, I can't tell what it is. Is it like a star shape thing? Can't tell. I don't remember what's on the cover. I seriously cannot tell what that shape is. It is a little star. Well, that's gonna be a bitch to paint. This is gonna be absolutely horrible to try and paint. Like even the flat sides of this thing are a pain. Gotta hold my breath so I don't smear it in the wrong spots. All right. A little bit more on the edge of the cover, and on the front cover looks good enough. There's a little bit. Oh, let me get that with white real quick. I think it's the bottom edge of the book sticking out near his arms. Let me get a little bit of white on the paper for that. Just gonna carefully get a bent, crooked brush in this little hole. Oh, I did it. Cool. It actually went in properly. All right. Oh. Bilbo's hair. It's not quite super great yet, so let's just do the Dawnstone, and I'll wash it with some black. There's a lot of shit on this. Ew. There's a lot of dried paint in this lip. Let me pull that out. I got paint all over my thumb. Cool. It's gonna happen a lot too. Oh no, wait! I got plenty here on the sheet. All right, so we got I'll use the big brush. Do I use the medium brush? I'll use the big brush. It's a rough texture. Those are always. Oh wow, that's right. Yeah, some of these are a little thick. They're sitting here. That ought to be thin enough. That is too thin. That was too thin, but fortunately it didn't bleed onto anything yet. Whenever you're doing anything really textured like hair, you really have to use like a thicker, rougher brush to really get in there for the base coat. Let's very carefully get in. Is that his ears? Are his ears showing? Kinda. There's some silver that didn't get primed shown through. That's the other fun part about rough textures. They're hard as heck to prime. The side of his head right here in front. Get his little curly hobbit bangs. That should cover his hair. I have to redo his ears because I didn't realize he had ears poking through his hair. I think he does. Does he? Okay, yeah, I guess that is an ear. They're so small. Kudos to the sculptors. Right. A little bit right on the edge. And now he should be good for washes. I don't know if I want to do eyes on him. He's old, he's smiling at his ring, he's looking down. So his eyes aren't that open. Ah, fuck it. I will. Let me get the super tiny brush, though. The real small one. So what size is this? The Psycho. Nice. Need a little more booze for this. You mix Pinnacle whipped cream vodka and cherry juicy juice, it tastes like a cake. I don't have the black here. Abaddon. Here we go. Alright, I'm probably going to inadvertently pull him out of view just because I have to hold him really close to my face to make sure I'm doing this right. So if you can't see him, I'm sorry. But if I can't see him, then we don't get to do anything. God, he's so little. Oh my God. Well, that's embarrassing. He's got a big old giant eyeball now. Oh, that didn't go on right at all. That did not go on right at all. He's got like one eyeball and then two dots on the other side. There's one more possessed Bilbo. Black eye sockets. Tiny brush. Alright. So now let's I'm gonna set this brush aside. I'm gonna need to dot his eyes with white later. But yeah, that's fine. So let's do some of the washes. Whoa, almost punched over a guy here. Wash drawer. That's not my wash drawer. That's my special effect paint drawer. Wash drawer. Alright. We got Cryptic Armor Shade Gloss. Not using that one. Seraphim Sepia. That's a good one for skin. Right? Is that what I use? No, it's the Reekman Flesh Shade. Well, maybe. Gosh, maybe that's the Sepia might actually look better. It might make the highlight skin look less greenish yellow. I'll think on it. Let's do the Agrax Earth shade first. So that's going to be his outer jacket and his feet. No, the feet should be covered by whatever I do with the rest of his skin. Right. Drag it across things so it pulls on any little raised edges. It pulls it out of the brush. Pull it across these creases around his waistcoat. His waistcoat. That's the proper way to say waistcoat in British, which is fucking weird. Waistcoat. It's also spelled waistcoat and pronounced waistcoat, which is just, I don't know. The British. So one of the big differences between American English and British English spelling, is because English newspapers charged by the word and American ones charged by the letter. There were a lot of times when we would just be like, okay, well, I guess people will get the impression of the correct, that we're trying to, that we mean color. I guess we can leave out that O. That's why the British spell it color and we spell it color. Because we want it to be cheap. These starred letters make sense, unlike the French. Even Tolkien agrees on that. Except for Colonel. We spell Colonel with an L and pronounce it with an R because it was standard military rank. And we took the, I think it's an old word. We took the French pronunciation for that rank with the Spanish spelling and matched them up so they don't match anymore. French pronunciation, Spanish spelling. Why? Alright, let's put gloss Nuln Oil, which I don't want. Let's do regular Nuln Oil. Let's do his hair and his pants.
Oh, and it's lightning.
If you take a nap, hun, then the lightning should go away. You can sleep through nights and thunderstorms. Can can you hear my wife on the mic? Because otherwise it's just gonna sound like it's gonna just sound like I'm just randomly interjecting about Minecraft to myself. It doesn't. That didn't produce a lot of contrast, but it's okay. It's really hard to do like contrast on dark fabrics because like unless it's like silk, it's not going to show up bright naturally. So Carbo Crimson. I'm going to do a lot of them with this one. Get his dinner jacket, double-breasted. The thing, I don't know what it is. It's double-breasted, whatever it is. His red undercoat thing. Dinner jacket. Old-timey people wore too many clothes. Given that Bill was essentially a nobleman. Or seeing somebody's like Tumblr post or something. Talking about how Harry Potter was just a trust fund kid who grew up to be a cop. It's like, oh, they're not wrong. I didn't produce too much contrast. The color's going to show up more when I do the highlight on it. There's chunks in my water. Ew. Flush. I like that flusher. Oh, I thought it was hair. I don't know why you've got the reverse letters in some words, though. That one I don't know. Like theater with the RE and the ER. I don't know. English is such a mess of a language. I mean, every language draws from its predecessors, but like, English is just all over the frickin' place. It's really amazing how much like some phrases are like Chinese. When like a lot of the Chinese immigrants came and built the railroads. Like long time no see is Chinese. Saving face is Chinese. And then how many phrases are come from Shakespeare? Like, oh yeah, this one guy just made it look like half of our idioms. Bird in the hand is worth two in the bush is one of his. I've got Athonian and Bealtan. I used a lot of Bealtan making my ghosts. I'm gonna use the Bealtan on this Ascot thing. Just because it's a little bit more of a slight blue hue to it. The Athonian's more of a olive. Get that nice color. Try not to get it everywhere else. Went on pretty well. Then his cuffs. A little on the book. Let me see if I can wick that out of the book. There we go. I turned a little bit of a brown. It mixed with the red. Mixed with the carbo. Oops, I blocked my face with the my thing again. I still have to dot his eyes. He's still got these empty black sockets staring back at me, staring at his ring. So Bilbo, that might be creepier than the. Alright, let's go with. Let's do the Seraphim Sepia. I think it's going to look a little bit darker on him. Look at this. My thinner medium is apparently dried up. Oh well. Just because I think it's going to make him look a little. I think it'll be a little darker. So it might make his little wrinkled face look wrinklier. Sweet. Think there are any hobbits with foot fetishes? The freakiest little guys. This actually wasn't that dark. Maybe I should have gone with the Rickland. No, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, this is pretty good. Just a little over an hour. This isn't bad at all. Yeah, he should be pretty quick today. Let's get his face. Bap, bap, bap. This is okay. It's like. Something it didn't quite go in enough in some spots. Or it's too smooth of a transition in some spots. It's almost like it didn't fill in creases as much as it just kind of like stayed out on the areas of his face. Alright, now I gotta let him dry a bit. Some parts of them might be dry enough I can start on. The basically just turned his pants dark gray. His pants are still a little wet. I don't even remember what I started with. Was it the jacket? It was the jacket. Well, let me do his ears. Let me get his ears on here. No, I have a blob on here. Oh, shit. It didn't close. Oh, okay. I see why. Wow, that's actually a big chunk in there. Clean up my workstation a little bit. small brush, but not the super small brush. Come here. Come here, damn it. Got it. Looks like an ear there. Just a little bit of water. There's some Druidan I could paint up too. I've got, I think Birder is the last Angmar model that I actually have. My camera's still in the way of my face tracking a little bit. I just don't feel like painting another troll just yet. Maybe some Druidan. I've got so many models. I guess I could also do some Wood Elves, get my LotR forces evened out a little more. I want to get some Sentinels. They sound fun. Right. His jacket, I'm not gonna do another coat of. I don't think. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, I'll do a real thin coat on his jacket with real small highlights. Right, I guess I gotta get my paint a little less dry again. Back of the brush here on the edges. Once a brush starts to curl a little bit, it usually becomes kind of hard to work with. But you can kind of use it to your advantage if you need to do highlights by just like using the backside of the curl, getting paint on that, and just using that because the other tip will curl away from whatever you're trying to highlight. So you get this kind of a curved loop that you can just kind of push into your model. It'll only hit the raised parts. I might have thinned it a little too much. That is okay, because that makes blending a highlight easier.
Is piercing 3 good?
I think it goes up to 4 or 5, but it's decent, yeah. It's a crossbow enchantment.
Okay.
Are you making more books?
Mm-hmm.
Shoulder. A little bit here in his elbow. Bilbo elbow. Bilbo. Belbo. The dildo. That's good. I'll do a little more on his shoulders. A little bit up on his collar.
Power 3.
That's for a regular bow. That's okay.
Mm.
Yeah, we don't really use the regular bows, so.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Actually, maybe I start with his pants. Let's get his pants highlighted because this was not a bright color to begin with. And now that I've added the wash, it almost looks like a really dark gray. So let's just get a few. Man, this is really just. This green is so dark that it actually doesn't even. But damn, maybe I shouldn't have used dark color. Kind of regret using this green. Wow, this is really dark. Can't really stress how little color variance I'm seeing in this highlight. Oh well. Right, I think his. What is going on with my brush? I'll tweak this brush real quick. It looks like I might need to use a little acetone on it because it looks like I think I've got a little paint chunk further up in the bristles. Let me just swirl this in the acetone. Bilbo, get away from this. This will melt you. Alright, all fixed. Acetone is a fantastic solvent. So is ethanol, but that's for drinking. Alright. Yeah, it's alright. It's got a greenish hue. It's got a cat hair on it. Cats. Can't complain. I'm just glad none of them have pooped yet.
I will put some paint.
Aw, did Pancakes wake up? Hey, buddy. Punk ass Pandy. I guess if I were to highlight it now with the. No, what did I use earlier? Did I use corn for both? Yes, I did. Alright, we'll use Evil Sun Scarlet. It's a little bright. What have I got? What have I got? I'll use Mephisto. It's a little less vibrant than the Evil Suns. I think Mephisto is what I was gonna plan to use. That was like an hour ago. I have no memory of an hour ago. Bilbo's mithril shirt, Legolas's baby clothes. They're friends with the dwarves of Erebor at the time. Legolas was just been the only elven prince in that area. Right. Use the small brush. Teensy brush. Ooh, Teensy brush is really hooking. That's a little better. Right. Color. We don't have to put a little more of the Carbo Crimson on just to like re-unhighlight parts of it. We'll see. Right, should be okay for the jacket. I'll do the book. I'll use corn for the book. There's the corn. Hi, honey. How are the kitties? Bean buttholes.
They left with some food and then of course Candy wants some.
Of course. He's a hungry boy. We love the concept that our cats are fully grown adult men of their species. They're just big, whiny babies who can't fend for themselves. Because they're just sad, pathetic, wasteful boys. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you lose your food under the refrigerator? Oh, maybe you should have swanned it under. I'm sorry. Are you jealous that your brother's got food? Maybe because you ate all yours in 30 seconds. Stop fighting. Stop fighting.
So sad.
All your brother has food and you don't? It's because you were just an asshole to him. I'm not rewarding that shitty behavior, buddy. They're so petty towards each other. It's so funny. Just watch them go out of their way to, like, kick the other one out of a nice spot. And it was like, you were sleeping in your own nice warm bed, and he was not bothering you at all. So why? Why must you do this? Hi, Pancakes. Pancakes, why must you do this? $119 dropped frames. Interesting. Interesting. Wonder what happened. Oh well. It's not happening anymore, so hey. Alright, let's see if I can get this little star that's on the cover. As you turn it into a crucifix. Through sheer accidental luck, I managed to make it a pointed star. That was accidental. I did it, though. Completely accidental, but I did it. Book is painted. Oh, I do have to do the, I got some of the red wash on the book pages. All right, nightmare eyes. All right. I'm gonna have to hold them real close to my face. Holy shit, one eye's good. Okay, one eye is good. I'm a little nauseous from having to focus my eyes that close. Alright, that one eye is good, and I can fix, like, it's less, like, eyeball shaped. Like, it just goes too far down. But I can fix that lower part by just, like, painting across his cheek. Let's get the other side. Not bad, not bad at all. Yay, he's got eyes. Perfect. They actually came out well for once. I think it's the first time I managed to do, well, not the first, but like one of the rare times where I managed to get the eyes without making them googly-eyed. Cool. Oh, the Built-In's kind of glossy. I don't like that. That's right, Built-In's glossy. Oh. Chthonian. Oh, I wrote it in black Sharpie. Can you see how I clearly wrote glossy on it? No, no you can't, because I couldn't either. Alright, let me get a little bit, just parts of this. I hate the gloss. Alright, let me repaint over that real quick. Just enough to really dull the gloss, not enough to really fill in anything. I thought it was still wet, so it wasn't quite thrilled with it yet. I thought it was still drying, but nope. It was just glossy, my mistake. I'm just using like a really thin down. Hope it's just enough to just kind of dull the gloss. It looks like it is. It's not like still a little glossy, it's just a duller gloss. It's not the wet, shiny gloss that it became. Alright, let's do the ascot. Sybarite green. Sybarite's not a copper mineral, I believe. What's the other one? Cabalite? Yeah. Some of these I don't know if they're actual things or just like made up Games Workshop things. The Cadian flesh, like, okay, that's, you know, the Cadians. All right. I kind of like how the jacket is. Jacket. I think we're just down to skin, hair, and the ring. All right. It's a little bit of flayed one flash, which might be a little pale looking, but I think he'll look less pale once I do his hair. The lighter gray. This looks like one I already tried to thin in the past. So I'm just going to use the teensy brush. Oh yeah, I already tried to thin this once before. Oop. Muscle on the side of my head switching. Oh, get off, damn it. Ugh. My own body betrays me. His ankle. Around his heel. Shadow the ankle. Little hobbit toes. Yeah, the paint's actually almost a little too thin. Dirty hobbit feet. We're trudging barefoot to their farms all day. Like I said, foot fetish hobbits must have been real freaks. Look how badly I just missed that big toe. All right, put the thumb. All right. One of the guys I played with freehands all of his banners like the most precise straight lines. It's like, I have no idea how you do it. I've watched him do it, so I know he's not like using stencils or anything. He just holds it real still, just drags a perfectly straight line, like flowing with the cape. It's like, how the fuck do you do this? I can't even get an even coat of paint on my guy. You're telling me you just free-handed that white Tree of Gondor banner? What the fuck? Come on, man, you make me feel like garbage. Just kidding. I love my paint jobs. I guess I am actually quite good. Not to toot my own horn, but I'm also like slow and meticulous. Which, when you're trying to paint a giant army, like, oh, it's great for a hero, but I end up applying like that same standard to myself on like garbage troops. It's like, yeah, I want to do all these details on these orcs. That's why I hate painting orcs. I end up getting so caught up in the little details. I forget, like, he's gonna get killed with a strength 2 bow on like turn 2, so.
Hey, Jesse's on.
Oh, nice. Put her to work in the mines. Alright, so Bilbo knows. Leave my eyebrows afterwards. Here. Here. Alright, let's see. How do I highlight an old dude face? Let's start with the chin. I fucked up that chin. It's okay. I can salvage it. I can salvage it. There's little cheekbones. I can salvage it. I poked him in the eye. I can fix it. I can fix it. Fuck. And the other cheek. And then part of his cheeks. And put in 2 separate parts so he got wrinkles. Back corner of his jaw. Little side bit. I'm gonna have to get the real thin brush and go across his top lip. Yeah, let me get the thin brush. Super thin brush. And I'm just gonna drag this across his forehead to make wrinkles. It's working. I can't freaking believe it's working. Oh my god, it's working. Alright, if you want to do wrinkles, you get a really thin brush and you rotate the model under the brush. I accidentally turned him into the Crypt Keeper. This brush is so thin, I need the acetone to clean it. Ooh, I got some chunks in the acetone from the bottom. Play. Alright. Let's see if I can get that upper lip. Alright, what has he got? That's looking weird. His jaw. That's a little wrinkly old man face. I might have a wood texture roller somewhere. Oh, cool. Alright, let's do some grace here on his head. Actually, let me do his eyebrow. Just using that brush to mix it. That would be more skill than I have to do an eyebrow using that brush. Perfect. Alright, let's get... Oh wait, is that gray sear right there? Might be a glob of gray sear. Nah, it's different. Right. Yeah, it's different gray. Okay. Ooh, can't fuzz. Brush stroke across his little head to the back of the curved brush. Oops, holding it out of the camera view, my bad. You got his ear a little bit, so let me just re-highlight that. A little bit here on the edges where it's too close to his skull. Oops. Oops. Again, there's another oops from me. Oops, 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 oops. Tiny bit on that ear. This tiniest bit of white on top of his head. My booze, honey. My booze.
So good.
It is very good. It's a very thin brushing of white. Very, very light, just on top. There we go. I think we're down to the ring and buttons. So let's get Auric Armor Gold. The Auric is redundant because that means golden. That's why the atomic symbol for gold is AU. Aurum is the old word for it. Argentum is the old word for silver, and Argentina is the only place named after an element. Literally means land of silver. Because there's so many silver mines. Where is that pointy stick? Pointy stick is a handy tool that not only is it a pointy stick, it's also will hold these pots open so that that big old glob stuck on there can drain in without dumping all over my hands. All right. This is still kind of a thinnish paint. Not thin, but not well mixed. A lot of it's pigment still on the bottom. Let's do the ring first. Just like that, I can get paint all over the palm of his hand. Yeah, it's okay. I might drop a little shade in the center just to darken it afterwards. Gold buttons. Remember, Bilbo was bougie as fuck. Alright, there's two buttons I gotta pull in close to my face. I have to redo those other buttons. Teensy tiny buttons. A little bit out of the center of the ring. I think to finish off the look of the ring, I'm going to use just the tiniest little dot of Mornfang. Just a really itsy bitsy tiny little dot in the center of the ring. Just the teensiest little speck. I have to redo his buttons again. There was not enough gold on his buttons. It was too much. That was too much. Ooh, what have I done? What have I done? Oh, it's getting worse. It is getting worse. Some wet brush and try and scrub it off. What have I done? Oh no. Oh gosh. Oh jeez. Oh shit. Oops. Well, the center of the ring is filled in with brown now, as is the entirety of the ring. All right, so let's fix this ring and the buttons. It is not the brush to do that though. Be careful with it this time. It's a little better. Touch up around his hand a little bit. Thank you, Pointy Stick. So best tools are the simplest tools. Let's use the small brush to really get in there.
Just
There we go. Now he looks like he's holding a little ring. Oh shit, I just threw a brush. Not go. Let's see if I can get more of a round shape. There's still a little spot that I've got gold on the palm of his hand. Alright, I gotta look at this before it becomes too much of a mess. Alright, I think it's good. Do a little bit more on his ankles, though. And actually, his toe hair looks a little dark. I think I thought it was a little more pronounced, and I was, or like physically in the mold model. It isn't. Get a little bit. So I was going to highlight it a little bit. It's not really sculpted enough to do that. It's kind of dark, so we just... Shit, that's way too much on the tiny brush. I got it up into the tiny brush thing. That's how you get your brush to start to splay. Get it up inside the metal thing here. Alright, let's just kind of a few quick brush strokes to kind of break up the really dark brown splotches. The way it looks less like I just haphazardly threw paint on like I actually did. This helps him look a little fuzzier.
This is so cute with the avatar.
Any other little detail, any pocket buttons? Right on the book, we can do at the bottom of the star to keep it less more star shaped. Feel better. Clasps are leather bound, I'm assuming. Yeah, they're tied. That's a Bilbo. Cool. Let me grab the magnifying glass. We can see if we can get a good view of him. My other camera's a little higher def, but its connections don't fit on my shit, so. Alright, so I'm going to hold him upside down. Little Bilbo. Little tiny. Can't see the face well here, but I'll post it on Twitter as soon as I'm done. And Reddit. But I'm not going to do his base now because I want to give him flooring, like wooden flooring. Because it just doesn't seem like old Bilbo would be carrying his book around and staring at his ring openly in Hobbiton. But let me get a little cleaned up. And use the acetone for, not Bilbo, get him out of the way, the small brush. Because I think I got, yeah, I can see a little coming out. You really don't want to get any paint up in the, whatever the metal thing is called. Let's flush the water a couple times. Oh, it's splashed my water. Cool. Piece at the very tip. Got it. There we go. This little protective thing is starting to split. I use.
Flower shop.
Oh, that'd be cute. Little garden shop.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I use brush cleaner's friend. Let me see if anything else needs acetone. I don't think it does. Maybe this other small one, because it's starting to curl a little bit. Okay, acetone's already evaporated out of the cap. Acetone's really volatile.
Dang, she looks so much.
Right. That's really acetone. 70% isopropanol should work for the rest. It's really good to take care of your brushes. Like, I don't as much as I should. I'll probably use an acetone wash pretty soon too. Let me show you an example. This is my big wash, another material brush. And you can see like there's like a 1/4 inch of just crap in there, and it's real solid and hard. Like you can see it only bends about halfway. So that's got to get an acetone wash soon. A little really mess up your brushes. That could use it too, but it's not so bad. But acetone wash will get in there and really clear all that out. I also use this brush keeper's friend. What is it? Brush keeper's friend? What is it? The Master's brush cleaner. Old-timey brush soaps. It helps keep the point. Swirled in there. I think what this stuff does is it actually gets right into all those spots where I just said you don't want any paint. It just kind of clogs it up intentionally, but in a controlled way, so that your brush doesn't splay. Finish it off. Actually, that one's good to go. Let me grab my little brush guards as I go, because I don't want them rolling right back into crap. It's good. But did I do this one? I don't think I did. I wasn't paying attention. I may have done this one. No harm in washing them twice. There is harm in washing them 1,000 times, though. You'll wear your brush out if you wash them 1,000 times.
Oh, that's my
Dad's home early, your greatest fear. Your dad's home from vacation early, your greatest fear.
Yeah.
Just a few swirls in there ought to do it. It's probably my extra cables. But, all right. Brushes are clean, paints are good. All right. All right. It's away. It's the gold. Almost grabbed the gold. Bowl. It's closed, right? It seemed a little loose. That's good. But, ooh, what was that? Little tiny power blip. All right. So I'm going to. All right. So the envelope that just my mother-in-law just called upstairs saying it arrived is probably the last HDMI cables I need to really get my setup fully up for gaming. It's still not great, but I still can't really game on my computer at the same time. But the I can do Switch, Xbox. Oh, hold on. I'm just coming upstairs. Let me. I'll have to mute. Never mind. Oh, gray's left. Oh no, one more green. Where was I? Talking about my setups, doing stuff and things and junk. It'll get my Switch, GameCube, Xbox. So I'll be able to go back to Paper Mario, keep going with there. I've also been talking with another group of VTubers who want to do science videos, so we have a meeting and talk tomorrow to plan some of that out. So I might be sharing some of the garage chemistry. I've been getting one of those set up so it's kind of partially going, because you know how like a cooking show never actually makes you sit and watch something bake for half an hour. They always have like a pre-made one. I'm trying to get to like that set up with it, because some of those reactions take a week, and that would be a horrible stream to watch. But I also have an element collection, and I'm thinking about maybe doing a element of the week or something. But we'll see. But let me get the rest of this stuff packed up and put away. If you came out for the stream, thanks for joining tonight. I'll get the picture of Bilbo up in just a second, but thanks for coming out. Excuse me. Have a good night, and I'll see you later.